Hi guys, once again this is Alfred from BinaryOptionsTutor.com. I'm back with a little uh, live trade on the Cantor exchange today. Uh, Last trade I done was at the money trade, and what that means is around the time that I got into the trade, we were basically at the strike. In this trade here, the same scenario around the time that we got into the trade. We were basically at the strike. The strike is 121.95. Now, this allow where I am here on the chart because this is actually the round number at 121. I'm sorry, at 122. This is the whole number. And what I thought about doing is when I saw this little pop after I got in, I thought about taking another at the money up here at this basically at the round number, but I just wasn't fast enough to catch it at the time, so I'm gonna have to roll on, and we'll see what happens with this little trade we got here around 121.95, and we still got 20 minutes left. Same scenario. This is a hard trade because it's counter trade, and what I'm hoping is that all of this. Let's just go over here to the chart. Hoping that all of this up trend here is going to finally start to give us some pullback, and it's going to get down. Well, it is just down below our strike, and I'm hoping that it's gonna finally break out of this consolidating pattern. You guys see how it's chop, 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 break out of this consolidating pattern, and the guys finally decide to go south. What we always talk about is that ball gets thrown up, and it doesn't necessarily just boom. Okay, now gravity takes hold, and it starts falling. Often in the price action, you're going to see that chop, chop, chop first, and then hopefully gravity takes hold. This is not something that's very intuitive with indicators. It's mostly what I was trading off of is the uh, the statistics. These I had some lines here. I had a line. This line here was actually here at the time, and I get that's what got me in at 95. I was interested in that whole number. Probably jumped the gun a little bit. Sometimes a lot of this is just being patient. If I would have been a little bit more patient, I would have been able to get the same price around 50. Well, let's say around 57 cent. I think I got around 54 cent on the 95, but I could have gotten 57, and I could have been in 5 pips higher. What's the difference? The difference is just jumping the gun a little bit. It's still because of all of this volatility, it's still a pretty good play, and we're just going to ride it out. We got the rest of the hour. Again, giving ourselves time, hopefully, to see what we want play out. I'm going to pause here. I'll see you guys on the other side, and we'll see what happens with this. Okay, guys, we are down to the end. Market makers just no, they're not gone yet. We got like a minute and some change. This is a very tight bet. Now, to be fair, in the interim, there was a opportunity for me to have sold at like 91. And usually, here's a good tip: if there's only 9 cents left, majority of the time, the best play is going to be to sell there to take advantage of the fact that you have the ability to sell these binaries early because we're over here on Cantor. Now we've got to wait it out. These are all grayed out because the market makers are gone. We got like 30 seconds. This is a tighter bet, not something. Uh, See, if you sell before you're in this last minute, this isn't sitting here waiting on a tight outcome. This is just okay. We're going to already capture our profits. It's not worth hanging on for just less than 10% of the total value of the contract. That's what I'm getting at. This may win. It's looking like it may win. And it's just a little teeny bit, so that's why I kept it and show you guys the outcome there. But again, always thinking while you're trading. The better move would have been to capitalize on the ability to sell out early. You could see some instances where we had some nice pullbacks here, and we got in at about 54 cents, and we had an opportunity to exit at 91 cents. That would have been the better trade, but it worked, and that's cool. I'm just trying to give little tips as we go along. Again, because it's counter trend, when you're right on these counter trend trades and you have an opportunity to profit, it's counter trend. I like to take a shorter time frame, shorter. Think of these moves as being short-term pullbacks rather than something worth holding on to, because the trend is worth holding on to. The trend here is up. Got all these Icanashi pointing up. Got every candle out here pointing up. Couple of minutes later, because these are minute candles, that would have been me. So again, it becomes less speculative and more trading when you see you're in profit and you capitalize on the fact that you were right and take that profit off the table. That's all I had, guys. Just a little quick video with the Cantor exchange doing a binary option. See you guys on the next video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It's around Christmas time now, guys. Really a difficult time for most guys to trade. I'm just doing these mostly to sharpen my skill and give some examples of some trades on the Cantor exchange. Again, that's an at the money trade. 54 expired at $1. So again, a bit more than a considerable bit more of what you can get offshore. See you guys on the next video.